Recording in progress.
Test, 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 test.
Mhm.
Damn, boy.
We good back there? Can I roll it?
Thank you. Yeah.
Good.
We need.
All right. Good.
See, Mark, you got less than 10 seconds left. Ball in your hands. Just can you walk us through the last possession and the shot you guys? I guess that's probably maybe the one that you wanted.
Yeah, coach drew it up, and I just went out there and executed. I seen how they was playing me. Thought they was gonna play me tighter, but they kind of just let me bring the ball up, get a full head of steam. So I just went and I got a good look.
What did the whole night feel for you? I think this is your second 30-plus point game of the year.
Shots were falling. I missed a couple free throws, but they was falling too, and we just had a good night. I got some good looks, and they went in, and that's it.
I guess for teammate, first of all, you sound real calm. Maybe you're just exhausted,
Yeah.
but what was it like? Because you guys had led all night. They tied a couple times, I guess, and then you're down. With 7 seconds left. Kind of what was the mindset? Because you sound pretty calm and you look pretty calm out there.
When Wade Taylor hit that 3-ball to go up one, I think I was a little nervous then, because I think it was 4 minutes left and we was up 10. So I was like, I don't know how this happened, but like I said, I'm just glad my dudes were fighting with me, first half and second half, and we were able to pull out the win.
Did you feel like they were just probably afraid to foul you on that last play?
Yeah, because I was getting to the free throw line the whole night, so that's probably what that was. But I got a good look, and it happened.
And Nell, you hadn't started in a while. I thought you had a pretty good game. Kind of what was it like starting and having a big game like that? And then what'd you think of the Team Marks game, especially his play at the end?
It felt really good to be out there. You just always gotta be ready when your number is called. Tonight my number was called, and I went out there and just played confident. Try to get my teammates involved. The key, we had to rebound the ball, and that's what we did. And bro, this guy right here, man, he get buckets. I knew he had the ball. I knew it was game. Like I didn't even go to the rim to try to get the rebound. I knew it was going in. But, I mean, we expect that from him. I do.
Ellis had a great game too, though.
Team Mark, I think A&M called a timeout after Taylor hit the three. Was that good? Did you like that? That you had a chance to kind of collect your thoughts? You just said you were a little bit nervous after he made that shot.
It could have went either way. I didn't want him to call a timeout, but the fact that he did call a timeout kind of helped us. Yeah, it kind of helped us.
And what did both of y'all think about Wade Taylor's game today? How tough of a challenge was he?
He had a great game. He made a lot of tough shots, especially in that second half. He made a lot of tough shots, and you just gotta tip your hat off to him on that one.
Yeah, he's a really good player. Very confident, especially when he gets going. So he just hit a lot of tough shots. I mean, it's not like we was trying to contain him, but there were good looks for him. But it was good defense on our end as well.
Tremont, I think tonight season high for you in free throw attempts. When the refs are calling it tight like they were, and both teams are shooting a lot, do you kind of think, okay, maybe I can put a little bit more emphasis on trying to get to the line, or was that just something that came natural?
No, definitely. And coach is always in my ear about that too. Try to get fouled, try to get to the line, and I'm already thinking that. But when Coach Muss is even in my ear about it, I try to be more aggressive about it. So yeah.
You can score in a lot of different ways. I mean, was there coming out of the timeout? Did you know you kind of wanted to, maybe not take a mid-range jump shot, but definitely attack the basket and get to that floater?
I didn't know what I wanted to do really. I just started as I was bringing the ball up. I seen something I liked. I seen I had a little bump that I could get to, and that's what I went with.
And Ella, Bob already asked about you coming back in the starting lineup, but there was a long stretch there, especially in the second half, where all you starters kind of played and you guys expanded the lead. And it's a starting lineup that played a lot early in the season. Just when did you know it was going to be those five again tonight? And, what did you make of, the performance kind of going back in time a little bit with the rotation in the lineups tonight?
It felt really good to get back out there with those guys. I feel like we competed really hard in the beginning of the season, that rotation of guys that played together. So, I mean, we just went out there and fought. We knew this week that we're going to get to start and we're going to be able to play together again. So we said, like, as a group, we said we want to change this team around, and that's what we went out there and tried to do.
Oh, feels like forever ago, but y'all had a 20-point lead at one point. Just, I guess, from both of y'all and all of y'all's experience, just kind of what was the emotions like as they were slowly making a run back into the game?
That's where I feel like we just got to get better at. We went up 20. We just got to, not saying we're going to keep them at 20 the whole time, but it's just like we gotta maintain more as the game goes by. I feel like as the game goes by, we kind of get a little slackish, and so I feel like that's what we're working on, and that's our next step to getting more winners.
Tremont, the kind of game you were having, were you surprised how easily A&M let you get the ball there at the end? And had you not gotten it, was there a plan B?
Yeah, I thought they was gonna deny me. I didn't know they were gonna let me get the ball like that. I know it was 7 seconds left, but I didn't know they was gonna let me get the ball like that. But they did, and I'm glad they did. So
You had 6 rebounds tonight. Just how critical do you think that was for you to stay on the floor as much as you did?
career high.
Yep. Like I said before, like that was the emphasis on the game that we had to rebound. All 5 guys. So I just felt like I was every time my guy went in there and tried to rebound, I tried to go in there as well. And I was going to go get him.
I know you guys obviously would have liked to have gotten this first SEC one earlier, but going down on 4, that would have been really tough. I know 1 and 3 is still a hole you got to dig out of, but Arkansas has done that in the past. Obviously, I know you guys know under Muss. Just how big was this, and do you feel like this can be the starting point for turning things around? Maybe Tremont and then El, you can take that.
Yeah, I feel like it's the start of something good for us. We just got to keep getting better. Yeah, I just feel like we got to keep getting better every day in practice. Before a game, just lock in on our assignments, execute, just keep getting better. I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like this should be a start of something good. Like you said, most teams I did this in the past. So, and that was one of the things that we talked about during the week. We had a real good talk as a team. We just felt like this game was the one that we really needed to get things going.
And then A&M, I mean, they had a lot of rebounds. That's what they do. They're the top offensive rebound team in the country. And you guys, when the game started, you held them off pretty good. Then they got a lot, but in the end, I thought y'all held your own. Just what'd you think of the rebounding? How that game plan worked overall?
They're just a real physical team. We knew coming in like they were gonna hit the glass hard. And we tried our best, to contain them at a good amount. So I feel like the end, like when it was crucial, we needed to get those boards. Like we went and got them. TB was in there crashing very hard. All 5 guys was. So
Yeah. TB, so I was or Tia, I was right pretty fast. Who inbounded the ball at the end? Was it TB?
I think it was TB. Yeah. It was
Okay.
TB.
And then you guys had 31 of 40 free throws. How big was that?
I mean, yeah, that's big. We always work on our free throws before practice, after practice. So as long as we can keep making them in the game, I feel like we'll be good. They're really, really important, especially going down the stretch. Because you see, I missed a free throw, and that's how they went up 1. So we just gotta keep working.
T-Mark, outside of the Purdue exhibition, any other game winners in your career, college or high school, or?
Not college, but I had a couple high schools, yeah, a couple high school game winners, yeah. Well, no, I had one my freshman year at Houston. That was it. Yeah, that was the half court. Yeah, that do count. Game winner,
that
like,
don't
that
count. This one tonight count.
Not only had you not been starting lately, but your minutes had pretty much dropped quite a bit. Just how tough was that stretch? And then what was the key to kind of regaining Coach Muss's trust and getting these minutes you got tonight?
It was tough, to be in that position because I ain't never been in that position in my career, during college or when I was at Louisville. But I just know I just had to stay ready, stay in the gym. I got some really good teammates, that kept my head up. A really good coaching staff as well. So I just knew when I was gonna get my opportunity sooner or later, and I just had to capitalize on it.
Sorry, who was that game winner against? You say it was a half court shot?
I was against Memphis my freshman year.
Freshman.
That do count, bruh. That do the same
Hey,
celebration.
man, if it goes in, it counts, right?
It count, bruh.
Like a dunk.
It was
So
on
was this
it
one
counted
more?
on the
Was this
record.
one more exciting?
Oh yeah,
or-
this one's more exciting. Yeah, this one's way more exciting.
Half court
Good,
was lucky.
good crowd. Because freshman, that was COVID, so it
What I'm
wasn't really
saying,
nobody in there.
But the half court was lucky though. I knew that
It
was
wasn't
going
look.
in.
Right
don't
when
know
I
the
shot it,
half
I
court.
knew it was going in. My freshman year,
Well,
I knew it
what
was
y'all
going
think of
in.
the crowd given the weather and seemed like the
It was
Dodgers.
still a great crowd, but we wanted to be packed out. We know if we win more games, it's gonna be packed out every game. So we trying to get back to that point, like Purdue and Duke and all that. We trying to get back to that point every game.
Hey, I ain't seen this many fans in a while, so I'm cool, whatever.
But yeah, it was still a great crowd though, for sure. Still a great crowd.
It's 2 hours and 40 minutes. Deadline, bedtime.
Bob. I guess Eric, you described the last play was basically just put the ball in T Mark's hands and let him go.
Yeah, I mean, we spaced the floor out. TB did, luckily we were able to get organized because we were out of timeouts. And we were able to set up a little bit of a press break. Even though they kind of matched up, straight man, there was no, press as there had been, so to speak. And I thought that, we got the ball in the hands of who we needed to tonight because T Mark was playing with such great confidence. And then we just spaced out. We had Davenport in one corner. We had L. Ellis in the other corner. We had, TB trailing as the inbounder. And then we had Minifield on the 45-degree angle on the left side and just said, there's no way we're taking a three. Like we've got to go to the cup or at least get inside of that, 12, 14-foot range, really.
I know on the play-by-play goes as a layup, but it was a pretty clutch shot. Just what you think of the way T Mark handled that?
Well, that's he's, I know that all the analytics people talk about, mid-range being a bad shot. It's been a really good shot for us at Arkansas. Jimmy Witt, Ricky Council, T Mark. Like it's a great shot for him, not a good shot. I mean, he's a lethal pull-up jump shooter, 12 to 17 foot. And look, he had 35 points on 15 field goals attempted. And our guys did a great job of finding him, even this 2 threes. I know they were off spot up assists. And, we did a pretty good job on the glass, not great, but decent enough to win the game. And look, we led for 38 minutes. That's a drastic improvement from where we've been in our first 3 games to lead for basically the entire game. Give Texas A&M a ton of credit. They came back, had a great second half. They've had a lot of come from behind wins. It was an incredible shot by a great player in Wade Taylor. And they're super well coached, and they've been a hard matchup for us since I've been here.
Do you feel like they just didn't want to foul T Mark on that last play, and that's why?
I don't, I don't ever, comment. I wasn't in, part of their. I know that we wanted to try to get the ball to the rim. Again, I did not want to see a 3-point shot. For us at that juncture. I mean, we had been to the foul line 40 times and wanted to try to put as much pressure on the defense as we could.
Coach, did you know coming in that this might be a game that suited T Mark, or when did you know that he was going to have a night like he had?
Yeah, I mean, we felt like there were some areas on the floor that we could try to get him the ball. Obviously it's pretty evident that from the start we were trying to get him in certain matchups. So yeah, and then I thought we did, they have 2 star players in my opinion. It's Radford, we couldn't have done a better job. And Taylor, I mean, what an incredible performance all the way across the board for him. But he did take 32 shots, which is, he can get his own shot at will because he's such a special player.
And L hasn't played a whole lot lately, but you put him in the starting lineup tonight, and he played pretty well. Just what made you put him in the lineup, and what did you think of his performance tonight?
Just kind of, we've kind of been a moving target. You know what I mean? Like on who starts, and I felt like he's a veteran, and we're playing a veteran team. I mean, it seems like a couple of those guys been there since I first got here. I don't know if they have or not, but a lot of 5th-year guys, a lot of guys that have played there for 3-4 years, a lot of guys that have played in this building. And felt from an experience standpoint, that was why we started the group. I thought Chandler had a lot of experience, been very level-headed the way that he follows the game plan, and we knew that they were going to soft trap the pick and roll, and we felt it was important that we had a guy that was a willing passer and a non-turnover player in the short roll spot. And we had 5 assists and 4 of them from Chandler and 1 of them from Kai in his 3 minutes. So obviously going into the game, our 5 men being ball distributors and kick out players and hitting the dump off, man, was something that we worked on a tremendous amount of time in short prep.
Just what have you seen from L and how he's kind of handled maybe the reduced minutes to be able to come in tonight and play such a big role for you? And when did you maybe kind of tell him that he would be back in the starting lineup tonight?
Well, whenever we practiced the other day, to be honest with you, he jumped out there with the first unit. I was putting in a play, didn't call out 5 guys, and he jumped out there. I was already going to start him, but then when he did that, it kind of showed the whole staff, like, he wanted to be in that first group. I didn't call out a first 5 on purpose. I wanted to see who the first 5 that were eager to get out there, as we were adding something. And look, we need him to play well. And he went 3 for 11. But the key was his rebounding. That's a career high. He played a lot of minutes last year. I mean, you look at those minutes every night, and for him to rebound the ball like he did, phenomenal. And our bench has to rebound. I mean, flat out. This plus minus thing is important to me and to our staff. And we got to get better in the plus minus area from an individual standpoint. Some of our guys, that's got to happen for us.
Tremont took, I think, 22 of the 40 free throw attempts, but L got to the line 8 times, TB 8 times. I mean, how impressed were you with just the relentlessness of attacking the basket, getting to the free throw line?
I mean, they're super aggressive defensively. I mean, they are relentless defensive attackers of the ball, and you've got to be strong with the ball, and you can't settle. That was, 2 things that we tried to do, and we did a good job. And, you can't settle against Texas A&M.
Coach, you talked about the eagerness of the starters that you put out there, but 12 minutes in, you're up 20 points. I'm curious just what's going through your mind when you're up 20 on those guys.
Where has this been? No, I mean, look, we led the whole game. Again, give them credit. They led for 6 seconds, but for us, forget, Texas A&M, we needed to lead from start to finish in a game. When you lose like we have of late, your confidence can get, shaken. And I mean, all over the locker room, there's probably 40 signs in there that say, bring your swagger back. I mean, when we played Duke, we had swagger. We thought we were going to win the game. I know it's an exhibition game. I know nobody wants to hear it. I'm going to say it, even though nobody wants to hear it. We had swagger when we played Purdue. And we need that back. And the only way to truly, truly get it back is to play well. And I thought we played great in the first half. I really did. I thought we came out of the jump ball with a team that looked like we had to win the game, which we had to win this game.
To kind of expand on that, just what do you feel like changed from last game to now to make them come out that way? And then how do you sustain that?
Well, one, we had a good crowd. I think when you play at home, Florida had a great crowd. And different lineup. I thought that, Joseph and Layden played really well last game. And I think that, kind of put everybody on alert, so to speak, that, you got to play super, super hard. You got to follow the game plan. And I think those 2 guys playing well kind of helped some of the other guys maybe understand I better play or I'm not going to get my minutes back. And when you have guys come off the bench that do that the prior game, I think it carried over tonight. I really did with guys understanding the urgency of them performing at a high level from an effort standpoint.
Eric, I know it took a lot longer than you would like to get that first SEC win, but you can't get 2 or 3 or 4 till you get one. Just how big was it to win? And do you feel like this can be something you can build on?
Yeah, I mean, I think, confidence wise, Bob, I think we needed it for sure. It's one game, it's over. Up there, South Carolina's depth chart right now. I can't wait to get home and start digging into South Carolina. They've had an incredible season so far. I think even myself, like you win a game, like kind of puts an extra juice in you, and it's on to South Carolina. We'll see what happens on Saturday.
I know we asked T Mark, Scotty, or somebody asked him if he ever hit a game winner. He said he had a half court shot or something to beat Memphis when he was a freshman. Were you aware of that other game winner he had hit or? Yeah.
No, it wouldn't matter. I still would have put a ball in his hands tonight if he never had one his whole life.
Eric, no, Tyrese Radford's a guy that you've spoken highly of in the past. You guys held him to 2 for 15. What all went into that?
Yeah, I mean, we tried to, send help in extra areas. It really worked against Radford, and it really didn't work against Taylor. They're both great players. Like you guys have all heard me talk. Look, Buzz Williams, a great coach, not a good one, a great coach. They're super well coached. They're super hard to prepare for. And both those guys are I love watching those guys play when we're not playing. Those are two of my favorite players to watch. And I've said it a lot, like Radford he can do so many things. He can play the 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought we did a good job of Biggs being in the right help position and trying to get him to certain spots on the floor.
Yeah. Eric, I don't think Battle played. Was that the coach's decision? Was he healthy? And
yeah, it was coach's decision. I mean, it was, tonight was, shrinking the rotation and who knows whose night it'll be Saturday, or I guess day. Who knows whose day it'll be Saturday? I have no idea. None of you guys know. And that locker room probably doesn't know. Somebody's got to get hot for us tonight. It was T-Mark. Devo's defense was where we wanted it. L did a great job on the defensive backboards. Chandler did a great job moving the ball. TB was in proper spots from a defensive standpoint. Everybody's got to be ready. Obviously, the way we sub right now, you never know. Yep. Thanks.